For years, John Elway played quarterback with more bravado than precision. He was a master of the moment, crafting singular snapshots that remained etched in our collective consciousness.
The throw, touchdown, 98.5-yard drive.
He was bold and fearless, challenging and defiant. He played with an arrogance that dared you to stop him. For the first decade of his career, John Elway was a rebel.
I wanted to be the greatest quarterback that ever played, and that was my expectations of myself. And so what other people thought I could do was secondary to what I wanted to get done. And for us to win football games, at least in my mind, what I was thinking and the athletic ability that I had at that time, that I could get out and run around and make plays.
Elway's going back. Johnson gives him the block. Elway scrambles away and he'll run. He was up, passes on the move. Touchdown, Jackson.
A subtle yet dramatic change took place in 1993.
He steps away from it and lets the pass go on. He's on for a touchdown.
Still capable of the magical moment, Elway emerged that season a different and better quarterback. Methodical and disciplined, sharp and decisive, more consistently dangerous than he had ever been in his impetuous youth. The young Turk had settled comfortably into middle age, but he never lost the swagger. Once he performed primarily from the heart. In his final 6 seasons, he became a true master of the game.
I was a young, immature punk. I think that those are things that you feel like you have to say at that point in time, but I don't believe that now.
Yet, back in January of 1990, following Denver's 3rd Super Bowl loss in 4 years, a sense of doubt managed to crack Elway's competitive foundation.
I think at that point in time, when you're so down, you start wondering if it's going to ever happen. It's just so disappointing that it's just the low point.
Football mortality slowly seeped in. In the 7 seasons that followed, the Broncos returned to the playoffs just 3 times. In the minds of many, the Elway legacy had been shaped. It would be defined not by the enduring quality of his play, but rather by his one tragic flaw, his failure to win a Super Bowl.
That was like a big knot in my stomach for 14 years. It's like one of those eternal heartburn type things that, it's just burning there all the time. And I think that that's what kept me going. I'd done everything else. And that's why really, near the end of my career, it wasn't that much fun because I knew anything I did, the bottom line is everything would go back to the fact that I hadn't won a Super Bowl.
Denver's gonna win! Oh, baby, they're gonna win this thing!
One game, 4 quarters of football, is the measure of the man. The final seconds of Super Bowl 32 changed John Elway then and forever.
I tell you what, I've never had a better feeling when that last ball hit the ground and we were jumping around on the sideline.
I felt like the world was taken off my shoulders. My career was legitimized and I no longer had to answer that question. That to me was like being born again. That I did not have to answer the question of what if you never win a Super Bowl.
That game, and to finally get that win, it made my career. There was no longer something that they could say that I hadn't done.
I'd still be playing if we hadn't won a Super Bowl, without a doubt.
John Elway may not be remembered as the greatest quarterback who ever played, but only a very few have accomplished more, and he can always call himself a champion.